Hey everybody, this is Mr. Ainsworth, and we're getting into 2 by 2 multiplication here using not the addition method like in the last lesson, but the subtraction method. All right, so let's get right into it here and let's go for it. And recall what we did last lesson, okay? We split the two-digit number into an addition. Now we do it with the subtraction, okay? Sometimes this is faster and easier. So let me show you what I'm talking about. 32 times 39. Okay, notice 39 is close to 40. This is where the subtraction method really comes into play. I'm going to take 39, I'm going to rewrite it as a subtraction of two numbers, all right? Or as a difference of two numbers, that's better stated. All right, so we have 32 times, not 39, but hey, guess what? 39 is the same thing as 40 minus 1. All right, that's then where the name comes from. We write it as a difference of two numbers here. All right, so notice that I rewrote 39 as 40 minus 1. That should make sense. All right, and then we're going to do what we always do. We're going to distribute through. All right, so what we have to do in our mind, and I'm going to step it out just so you can see it, is we have to take 32 times 40. You got to distribute through twice, like we always do. Distribute through. And we're going to take 32 times 40. We'll talk about that in a minute. Minus 32 times 1, which is obviously 32. All right, now using the factoring method I talked about earlier, we have to take 32 times, let me use a times symbol here, times 4 times 10. That should be easy. Minus 32, because 32 times 1 is 32, right? Now, when you get good, you do all the stuff in your head. That's why mastering the previous techniques comes into play, because 32 times 40 should be easy by now. And if it isn't, that means you got to go home and practice. Now, 4 times 32 is 120 plus 8, or 128, and then you attach a 0, and then you got to minus the 32, right? So you're under 1280. All right, so 1280 minus 30 is 1250. And then 1250 minus 2 is 1248. So you do that in your head. All right, so one more time. You distribute first. So distribute twice right here. Distribute twice. Okay, and then you do your mental multiplication here. All of this right here, believe it or not, this right here is done mentally. So you multiply in your head, done mentally there. Then your last step is subtract. So you multiply twice and subtract, that's all you do. So distribute twice, which means multiply twice. And then step 2, right here, you subtract results, and then you are done. Okay? That's all you have to do. And you visualize it when you get good. But to get good, as in anything, takes a whole lot of perfect practice, right? You got to practice doing it correctly. So we show our thinking first, and then we do it in our head. I'm teaching that lesson, so I have to show my thinking first. But again, this is all done in your mind. Let me show let me show you one more time. Let's suppose we're taking, I don't know, I'm just making these numbers up. Let's make some smaller numbers. 18 times, I don't know, 19, right? Okay, so that's 18 times what? Well, 19 is close to 20, so write it as 20 minus 1, or think it. Okay, this is what you do in your head. Now, when you distribute twice, you multiply in your mind, right? 2 times 18 is 36, because 2 times, well, let me write it out. 18 times 20 minus 18 times 1 times 1. But this is actually 18 times 2 times 10 here, because 20 is 2 times 10. That's the factory method coming in, minus 18, right? So when you multiply 18 times 20, you multiply by 2 first and attach a 0. 18 times 2 is 20 plus 16, or 36. You attach a 0. And then mentally, you do that all in your head, and then mentally subtract. And obviously, you're under 360. You're 360 minus 10, that's 350, minus 8 is 342. So you subtract left to right. All right? So you multiply twice and you subtract. So right here, this is where you multiply twice. Multiply twice. That means distribute twice. That's step 1. Step 2 is right here. You subtract results in your mind that you keep in your mind, and you get 342. So basically, you multiply this in your mind, you get 360. You multiply 18 times 1 in your mind, you get 18. There's your two steps, two multiplications. And then you subtract the results and you get 342. When you get good, you should be able to do that in your head. Okay? one more time just to hit it home here since this is a training video. Let's suppose this is, I don't know, 28 times, I don't know, say 39. Ooh, did I do 39 already? Yes, I did. So let's make it different, okay? Let's say 29, okay? Just so I can have something different. So this is 28 times 29 is close to 30, so this is 30 minus 1. Use subtraction. All right? So this is 28 times 30 in your mind minus 28 times 1, which is 28. So this is 28 times 3 times 10. So you have to multiply 28 times 3 in your mind, then multiply it by 10, which means you just attach a 0, and then whatever you get, you just subtract 28. So 3 times 28 is 60 and 24, 84, and then attach a 0. And then you got to subtract 28, so you're under 840. 840 minus 20 is 820. 820 minus 8 is 812. Okay? And that is how it's done there. Of course, you do this stuff in your mind. This is done mentally right here. This is mental step. And, oh, that was like some serious Star Wars action right there. Okay, so you multiply in your head twice, and then you subtract. So this is basically step 1, and this is basically step 2, and this is done mentally when you get good. All right, that's your goal anyway. So this is done mentally. Multiply twice, subtract. Okay, there's 3 basic mental steps right there to multiply two-digit numbers. All right, using what's called the subtraction method. All right, so give it a shot here. You're going to have to do at least 10, maybe 100 of these to get really, really good. So you practice in class with me, and then you practice at home. You check your results with your calculator to make sure you're right, and you do your best. All right, so get started, pass it out, and practice. And I'll see you in my next lesson. This is Ainsworth. I'm out.